Hey everyone, welcome back. We are tired of talking about 2014. We're moving on to the new stuff. Woo! 2015 and all the games that are coming out next year that we're excited for. So we're counting down the list of everything that we want to play next year. Starting off the list, the PS4 exclusive, The Order 1886. Now, Bruce, James, and Lawrence, you guys all got to see this game played, right?
Steampunk! Oh man, I was actually very excited about this game, even though it looks like another narrative-driven quick time event game similar to The Last of Us. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that one. But if the story is good, it will sustain the game for 6 to 8 hours. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. See, here's my thing. I was skeptical because I thought they were gonna rely on the story sustaining it. But then when I watched the most recent gameplay demo at E3 that you saw, they had cool weapons.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, as long as I'm not just firing an AK-47 over top of a chest-high wall, it has like gas guns and weird stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, if there's cool new weapons, I like that.
I think the thing that sticks out to me is during the demo we saw, if a game's gonna be cutscene heavy or story focused, it at least better be good. And it typically isn't with most games, but The Order looked like it had pretty good cinematography, pretty good acting, pretty good performance capture. Looks like it will be a good movie with some gaming parts in between, as opposed to a shitty movie with an okay game in between.
Scary monsters and steampunk. I can't wait.
It's gonna win an Oscar.
Shut up, Paul.
Spool's here.
It's gonna win a Keeley.
Next up on the list, we got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Now, this is a game that we all thought was going to be one thing when that Patriots video leaked out a while ago. This has absolutely no single player whatsoever. This is multiplayer only. It looks pretty wild.
I'm looking forward to the return of just raw tactical gameplay. That was, to me, always what Rainbow Six was about. You have your wireframe of the building, you tell your groups where to breach, where to enter, and have their go points set. This is a lot smaller scale than that, considering that all your players are human, but it's still the sort of thing where like, okay, we're gonna breach through this wall, I want you to flashbang, I want you to have the shotgun on point. You actually have to work through your encounters as opposed to just running and gunning and then hiding behind a wall when you take a shot.
This for me is actually what Battlefield Hardline probably should have been. It's the cops versus robbers mode with the tactical intervention side that I think a lot of us have been craving, and it's just going to be a lot of these quick, coordinated events that you're just going to have pop in with your friends real quick, either shoot the bad guys or shoot the good guys, and be on with your life.
As always, this game hinges on teamwork, so if you jump on with a bunch of people that are not your friends, you may not have as much fun as if you played with your friends, and I think that these games, again, just rely on that.
Either way, we're looking forward to it. Next up, we have Quantum Break, the Xbox One exclusive from Remedy. Why should we be excited for this one, Lawrence?
Well, Remedy is always doing really, I hate to say daring because it makes me sound like a Hollywood reporter, but they are always kind of way ambitious with their projects. They always push a little too far, and that's what I like to see. I enjoy ambition, I enjoy daring, not in a David Cage kind of way, but Remedy always finds a way to make it a fun game. So in the original Max Payne, they made bullet time work in a game. They were the first ones to do that. I have no idea what Quantum Break is about or what it's going to play like. It looks kind of like a weird third-person shooter, but I know Remedy's going to put something in it that will make me go like, oh, that's new.
The stuff I've seen for Quantum Break, I'm kind of take it or leave it. I really need to see in more detail how the whole time manipulation aspect comes into play and whether or not it just boils down to a cover shooter with time grenades.
And then we have Zelda on the Wii U, which I'm totally looking forward to, and I know James and Lawrence are also looking forward to. I saw some footage the other day that looked pretty amazing of them actually playing the game and running through the woods and all that stuff. It looks very pretty.
Not too long ago, we actually got to see some brand new footage during the Game Awards. And seeing the open world aspect in Zelda, I think got a lot of people angry for some reason.
What?
I don't know. People just want to get mad at
People are wrong.
Weird things, and their minds were blown at the fact that the horse won't walk into trees, but you can float whatever. It looks awesome because it's Zelda.
I kind of made the joke when we were watching it that it reminded me of Skyrim in how open it was, and they were like, look, there's a mountain over there. We could actually go climb it if you wanted to, which I remember them saying the same thing with Skyrim back in the day, which gets me really excited for it, actually.
In a lot of ways, this is supposed to be the return to form for Zelda. It's a giant open world. Even the game director was like, yeah, we're going to go back and kind of retool. There's some assumptions we've made about Zelda, so he's made some comments like you can do the dungeons out of order, you can get items out of order. Hopefully it'll lead to that kind of experience you had playing old school Zelda where it's almost Dark Soulsy, where you're dropped in this brutal world and kind of have to scrape your way through, collecting items and eventually getting stronger through your own exploration.
This is it, guys. My wet dream. Star Wars and Battlefield combined. Star Wars Battlefront.
Woo! So didn't we already play this game?
No, because the other two were kind of crappy.
Oh, what?
I played them and enjoyed them, but I thought they weren't very good.
They weren't
and Battlefield
very good.
were better versions of those games. And now that we've got DICE on Star Wars Battlefront, I'm not worried about it.
Oh wow, you just ruined a lot of people's childhoods,
Yeah, that's the way
Bruce.
it goes. Sorry.
I think what excites me most is there are modern game designs that if you just put that in a Star Wars themed massively multiplayer shooter would be awesome. So like Levolution, you could have the Battle of Yavin 4 with players actually doing the trench run and actually blowing up the Death Star in the middle of a match.
Yes.
And then like the match could conclude soon thereafter with a space fight. Like this stuff could happen. It could happen now.
I can't wait.
Up next, Mortal Kombat X.
10?
Or Cross, or 10, or something.
Extreme.
It's the next Mortal Kombat. I'm actually really excited for this. NetherRealm has been killing it with their fighting games where they could just be phoning it in and churning out sequel after sequel. And I think I'm most excited because they're really good at making fighting games that you can play by yourself. And that seems strange, but it's actually really cool for someone like me because I don't like getting my ass kicked online.
Well, either way, if you're an Xbox One owner and you're a little butthurt over not getting Street Fighter V this year, well, you got this.
Now your butt doesn't hurt.
Moving over to what we think is going to be a PC exclusive, at least this year, Overwatch from Blizzard, coming out with a new IP. This is the one Spool's most excited for because he's a big PC nerd.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I play a lot of TF2, and this game really excites me because it looks like it's Blizzard's first foray kind of into FPS shooters, and it looks very similar to TF2 in that it's like a class-based system, and it's everyone just kind of picking what they like to play, whether that's more support role or like a tanky role.
Well, Team Fortress 2 is one of the most balanced games I've ever played,
Yeah.
and I think there's only one other company that could best Valve, and that would be Blizzard in terms of a balanced game.
Yeah,
so I'm
'cause-
looking forward to Overwatch 2.
Blizzard's great at polishing, like taking something that already exists and then polishing the hell out of it and making it their own kind of unique take on something, so it should turn out really well. We'll have to wait and see.
Moving up next on our list, the game that we were most excited for, and now we're moving down to anticipation and almost fearful because of Ubisoft's track record, The Division.
They keep delaying it, and there might be a lot of no-face glitches. The game may not even work at all.
Oh, you're selling me on it.
But from what we've seen in terms of the Snowdrop engine, it looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. That's the first thing that I've seen about it. I was really, really stoked about with the graphics.
For better or worse, I feel kind of like I felt before Destiny came out, in which I don't know what this game is. Ubisoft still hasn't said, when you sit down and hold the controller, these are the buttons you're gonna hit, and this is what they do. And it seems vaguely like some kind of PvP open world third-person shooter, but I mean, is that it? So I'm starting to get a real Destiny vibe from it, which I think is gonna throw a lot of people off once the game actually comes out.
Up next, a game no one cares about except for Adam
You go kill
and
yourself.
some of us, but mostly Adam.
Halo 5! Oh my god, finally. Next generation hardware. We squeezed so many games into that Xbox 360. We're finally getting new stuff. Mr. Chef, Master Chief, as he is commonly known around his friends, is, I don't know what's going on. He's
Stuck on an island.
He's in a desert with a poncho. It doesn't make any sense.
He's got a cloak.
But his helmet's cracked, and that means people are trying to kill him. I think he's the enemy of the state.
Is he gonna have sex with Cortana?
Look, I think 343 flat out said Locke is going to be the new character. I think they're slowly trying to kill off my precious Master Chief.
No!
Or maybe spin him off into a new franchise. Who knows? Either way, the multiplayer stuff they've been showing, and I got to play a little bit of it, was really good. And I'm actually super excited about everything, but mostly the story, because I'm a big nerd. Moving on to another Xbox One exclusive, at least maybe timed, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I really liked the new Tomb Raider reboot. I've actually described it as my favorite Uncharted game because I feel like it has all the same elements, but it feels less like you're walking down a straight line. And I really enjoyed it a lot. There was a discrepancy between the story aspect of the game and the gameplay. So like she'd be really upset that she just like killed a guy, and then the very next scene you bury 4 arrows into strangers' necks. So she gets over it real fast, and I'm hoping that now that they don't have to tell an origin story, kind of, they can just be like, all right, let's just see how crazy we can make this.
Moving on to another 20-plus year franchise, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, finally coming out in full form. Now, Lawrence, you actually played a little bit of Ground Zeroes.
It kind of adapts all modern things into Metal Gear, removes a lot of the clutter that was in 4 and 3, especially from a control perspective. And it's just fun to play. The animation's really good. It looks really good. The story is just fucking stupid. It's just stupid. And also it's picking up after like Acid and all these Metal Gears that no one played. So that's dumb, but hey, Metal Gear's dumb. So fun game, dumb story, I'm sold.
Either way, this is actually my most anticipated game of next year, just being a longtime Metal Gear Solid fan. This looks to be the biggest, craziest version Hideo Kojima has done until he makes 6 more copies 4 years from now. Up next, a game that's just been delayed once again, The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt.
We got to see this game, almost a year ago in Germany, more than a year ago.
Yeah.
And we saw 45 minutes of straight gameplay. and this looked like one of the best PC titles I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. It's they said it's played the largest map of any game ever, and I don't know if they can deliver on all these promises, but man, they've got me sold.
Now, what surprises me here is the Witcher series has just changed direction so many times, going from Witcher 1 to Witcher 2. It's like two completely different games. Lawrence, is that really what's going to happen here? Are they too ambitious? Is it too much?
I think the thing that impresses me the most about it is it's taken a long time to make this game. Like, good games don't come out quickly, so that by itself is kind of, I think everything's going to be good with it. It won't be kind of the copy and paste we've seen with quote-unquote epic RPGs lately.
More Geralt sex with the ladies.
Yeah, trading cards.
Are you tired of paying a woman to stomp on your balls? Well, good news. 2015 has Bloodborne.
And now, if you have watched any sort of Inside Gaming video in the last year, you know that we have mixed feelings about the Dark Souls franchise. It has actually slowly won me over when I don't have to take shots every time I die. But the game itself actually started to grow on me, and Bloodborne seems to be kind of up more my alley a little bit. I like tricorner hats. Those are cool. I like the speed in which Bloodborne is going for. Graphically, it looks amazing.
Some of the gameplay we've seen have characters just dancing all around, like interrupting their animations with dodges and stuff like that. It's almost starting to look like a co-op Devil May Cry, which may be why it's not called Blank Souls. It's not Blood Souls, it's Bloodborne, so.
And you can bet your ass that Inside Gaming is going to be doing a drunk gameplay of Bloodborne.
Boozeborne.
Boozeborne.
is what we're calling it.
Moving up to the last game, and certainly not least, Batman Arkham Knight, which also got delayed.
I mean, no.
I think anyone who's played a Batman Arkham game can safely agree that the longer they take on these games, the better, because this is probably going to be, I assume, the last of the Arkham franchise before they move on to something else.
One thing that I'm concerned about is kind of tracking the series from Asylum to City. Rocksteady made the combat a lot more complicated, but they did it by adding more enemy types and more moves that you have to do to beat those enemy types. So it's like a one-for-one increase in complexity.
So far, everything we've seen in this game, graphically and from a gameplay perspective, looks freaking fantastic, at least in my opinion. And as a longtime Batman fan, I'm just excited to see where this franchise is going. So there you go, our most anticipated games of 2015.
What about The Witness, Adam?
We can talk about
What
that
about
later.
all the other indie games on PlayStation 4, Adam?
No Man's Sky.
Once again, this is a personal list, and there are a lot of games that we left off. So if we did miss anything, let us know. Maybe we'll do another video if we have time.
I'm also really hoping that all these games actually come out in 2015.
2016.
Because there are so many delays, which is a good thing, because that means the games are getting better, but hopefully all these games will come out in 2015.
Regardless, if you thought 2014 was hard with all the games you have to play, 2015 ain't looking any easier, which for us is a very good thing.
I'm going to have to buy a new bank.
That's not how it works.
Oh.
Hey everyone, it's Montage.
We're back! I can't believe we made it!
It's a whole new year, so let's talk about a whole new Far Cry, shall we?
Far Cry 5 in space!
Say what?
Even though you're not done ramming ultralight helicopters into the sides of elephants, Ubisoft is already planning the next entry in the Far Cry series.
That's correct. In addition to the search for another cult of personality to deliver a monologue in the announcement trailer, Ubisoft also needs a setting. That's
true.
Would have guessed.
Yeah, we've been to Africa, Brody Island or whatever it's called, and Karat. So what's next?
Space, apparently.
Really? No fucking joke?
No, not joking.
All right, that's cool.
Space is on the list.
That's cool. Lawrence, why is space on the list?
It's it's in a survey basically. There was a whole list of possibilities that Ubisoft put in a survey, asking users for their preferred setting for future Far Cry games.
Cool.
And space is one of them, and it just gets weirder from there. This actually comes from Eurogamer, who reports that 3 of their readers actually sent in screen caps of the survey.
Yeah.
And boy, is there some outlandish stuff on there.
Right, in addition to a futuristic sci-fi setting on another planet,
Cool.
other options include the Vietnam War, a cocaine trafficking jungle in Peru,
Not a joke. Okay.
a game where you can fight against or join vampires,
Yes!
and of course a zombie outbreak.
Boring.
Yeah,
that's
been there, done
and
that.
that's actually not even the end of it. There's more. This spaghetti western style game in the 19th century Americas, a Mad Max style post-apocalyptic world, and present day Jurassic Park style island full of dinosaurs.
Wow.
That's all real. Those are all real.
That's all over the map. And before any of you jump down to the comments and start complaining, Blood Dragon 2 is also an option.
Oh, okay, good.
Why the hell not? Just, it was a fun game.
It was. It actually was. While all these games sound awesome, we can read between the lines a little to see what Ubisoft intends for the future of this franchise. It's pretty clear that they want the Far Cry franchise to be similar to Assassin's Creed. Same basic gameplay with a rotating setting, to give each game fresh appeal. Quotation marks.
Yeah, and here we like Far Cry,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we like visiting strange new places in our games, so we're totally on board, right, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's kind of one of the things I look forward to when Ubisoft announces a new game now. It's like, where's it gonna be? What place will I get to run around in? And that's kind of the appeal of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not so much into visiting blips on a mini-map to jump through whatever hoops they want. I just want to explore.
Now, the coolest thing about this is actually Eurogamer told us that Ubisoft has a track record of actually listening to their audience. They've been submitting these surveys for years. So starting in 2010, Ubisoft has sent out annual surveys. In retrospect, have actually asked about features that have been included in next year's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and my guess is actually that they already plan on doing this.
Of course.
And they're just trying to justify their choice,
Yeah, they're trying to
basically
figure
by
out
saying
one.
like, was this the right? It was. We did good. Pat on the French back. Notable changes actually, or features, include the American Revolution setting that was in Assassin's Creed 3,
Right.
co-op, which made its way into Unity.
Right.
So yeah, they are listening.
Yeah, that's really.
good.
I think that's really cool. I think that's really. And as usual, we should issue a word of caution. It's unlikely that this survey will decide the location of Far Cry 5.
Correct.
Given how game development works, pre-production is well underway for Far Cry 5.
Oh
They're
yeah, for sure.
way
I mean,
into it.
after the runaway success of 3, and I'm sure 4 did well for them. We don't know yet because it came out so late.
Yep.
They are most likely already working on the next one. They're even building a new studio so they can start doing one every year.
Yeah, no, it does.
because that seems to work for them.
Well, they make 2 now, 2 a year. Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed. Still, we tip our hat to
Man.
Ubisoft for being unafraid to go to weird places with their franchises and for actually listening to their fan base. I think that's really cool. They're not Ubi shit anymore.
Yeah.
They're back to Ubisoft.
But of course, with all that said, I think we can do better.
I don't think we can.
We're games journalists.
I don't think we can do better. We're not game
You're
journalists.
not. You're just a dude.
I dropped out of college.
Where do we think Far Cry 5 should take place? Even though they're already working on it, so who cares?
First, inside of someone's digestive tract, all of the film Inner Space that no one knows about.
Lawrence, what's Inner Space about?
It's a movie where you get shrunk down.
I
in the
don't
middle-
care!
Dennis Quaid.
Star Wars is the next one.
Then Disneyland. The sequel will be then at Disney World.
On top of my keyboard, remember like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Or I Am Bread.
There's also Narnia.
The closet.
Lawrence, what about this one?
Yeah, the inside of an old penny slot in Vegas.
Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, why would
Why
we
do we keep
put-
shrinking ourselves? Anyway, Old York, not New York. That'd be dumb.
The World of Veggie Tales, featuring Bible Man.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Everyone's favorite superhero? Staples, corporate headquarters. What?
Lawrence, what about this one?
The set of Takashi's Challenge, aka Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, or MXC.
That'd actually be pretty badass.
That's really cool. Far Cry Man partners with Extreme Ghostbusters, which is the animated series of Ghostbusters 2, and then they team up to kill terror. What is it?
Well, one guy's a soul patch and one's in a
They
wheelchair.
team up to kill terrorists. Or
There's a goth chick.
there's something like
But
that.
where do the ghosts come in?
Shut up! Waterworld.
This is the not fun edition.
Why would they make a not fun Far Cry?
Mix it up.
Derek's apartment.
Who's Derek?
Lawrence, who's Derek?
Who is Derek?
I don't know. Set in the world of the Page Master. What's the Page
Can
Master?
it be Page Master, not the book world? Page Master, just a kid riding around on his bike getting hit by lightning bolts?
These are old movies from the 90s.
Worst references in the world. Just like this one. Go ahead.
MTV circa 1994 on the set of TRL, Real World Vegas Part 2, and someone's future crib because the show Cribs will not have been invented until I believe 1997.
I've got an idea. The bad guy for that one will be Carson Daly.
Oh, he's on The
Yeah,
Voice.
that's fucking cool. Chicago, fuck it. Who cares? First person Watch Dogs, whatever. Doesn't matter.
And then finally, the back seat of the Bang Bus.
Copyright.
Yeah, definitely.
The Bang Bus. Nice job. Phil, do we have any trailers?
Nope.
Done!
It's so much rainbow. I guess it's not actually coming out of its butt.
It is. No, it's shitting it out. Like,
Ow,
do
though.
you see that?
There's too much.
It doesn't matter. I mean, like, it doesn't matter how.
Just discharge.
If you really want to sit down on it, I'll write you some fan fiction. How about that? Yeah.
So he's firing lightning bolts out of the AK-47?
Yes. Absolutely.
The lightning's going the wrong way, though.
Maybe lightning is blessing his AK-47.
Alright,
Wait, there's a lot of holes in this shirt.
Everyone can show them Wednesday. Hi.
And it's Wednesday! The first hump of the new year!
Your first observer today, so has Batman Arkham Knight already been spoiled?
What? The game's like a year away. What are you talking about?
That's unfortunate. So turn away now if you don't want any spoilers. But
Yes.
like we said, the game doesn't come out till like June.
We'll
so.
give you another warning, so don't worry about it. So
Man.
there have been a lot of theories about Rocksteady's upcoming Batman Arkham Knight.
Yep.
Batman is Joker and also a woman, and he's in space, and he's
Sure.
a ghost. He's actually Space Ghost.
Space Ghost is a great character.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, while all of that is 100% true,
Space Ghost, yes.
we've got a new clue direct from the limited edition packaging shots that were posted on Amazon UK and spotted by videogamer.com.
Right, so okay guys, here's the thing. If you do not want Batman Arkham Knight possibly spoiled for you, you may want to not watch until the trailer section, so mute the video right now, wait for a trailer graphic to show up before you unmute, just mute it. Okay, all right.
We don't have any trailers today.
They won't know that. They just muted it.
Right now it's muted. So they
Right
don't
now
actually
it's
know.
just Bruce talking off camera. They're not getting anything out of this.
So the interesting bit is the commemorative statue showing a badass Batman towering over Gotham. The nameplate reads, quote, from a grateful city in memory of the Gotham Knight.
Oh no, in memory usually means that person is dead.
That's true. Batman is dead?
Yeah, that's the spoiler apparently, that Batman will die.
Okay.
So to make matters even more mysterious, Amazon UK has since changed the package shot to this. What does it say, Lawrence?
It just simply says the Gotham Knight.
Oh,
So
snap.
they already changed it. That's like hours after they spotted it, right, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so what's the deal here, Rocksteady? Are you going to kill our beloved Batman?
Maybe.
Thank you for the answer.
So this exact slip has actually happened before. Adam, how did it happen?
Yeah, the best comparison we can do right now is basically there was an early magazine ad for Halo 3, which included the posthumous, I'm gonna say posthumous speech.
Doesn't matter.
Lauding the exploits of Master Chief.
That's right.
Obviously, the ending of Halo 3 sort of paid this off.
But he didn't actually die.
No, Chief didn't. I mean, this whole thing's full of spoilers. You didn't think we were gonna spoil Halo, but at this point you should know. Chief didn't die, everyone just thought he was dead.
Right, which could be, you know, obviously the parallels are very easy to draw here, Lawrence. Lawrence, how are they easy?
Oh, sure. Well, if the leak is accurate, it's likely that the ending of Arkham Knight will just make it seem like Batman dies.
Right.
Or rather, maybe everyone in Gotham will think he's dead, but he's actually not. You know, and we've seen this recently with Dark Knight Rises.
Yep.
It could be the sort of thing where he dies and erects an ugly statue of Batman, but instead Batman is having coffee somewhere with Catwoman and Alfred. Even though it's totally just fine if it cut when Alfred smiled, but some dumbass during a screen test scribbled on this piece of paper, what is he looking at? I just pissed myself. Fuck you.
All right, calm down. We know that Nolan could have been...
He's so mad.
Man, he's so mad Skype didn't pick it up. In the comics, Batman has only really died once in Batman R.I.P., but it turns out he just traveled through time.
Yeah, and then,
What, are you kidding
and
me?
then you can talk about the 90s when Bane broke his back, which metaphorically killed Batman, but he was later replaced by Jean Paul, also known as Azrael.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then Batman, I think he got his back healed by like an old Indian woman.
It doesn't matter.
It was,
So, however, Rocksteady has done a lot with the Batman property that nobody else has been allowed to do.
they killed the Joker in Arkham City,
Right.
and then added a completely new character, at least we think so, the Arkham Knight.
But it could be the Joker.
It could be, but it seems like they're taking some liberties. So,
Yeah.
based on the freedoms Rocksteady has already demonstrated with the franchise, they would be the ones to kill Batman if anyone could do it.
Really? I mean, I guess that's true. As strange as it sounds, Rocksteady has taken more liberties with Batman than most other creators. And yes, that does include Christopher Nolan. He just sort of took from a bunch of different stories and put them all together and made them good movies. But that doesn't mean he took a lot of liberties with the character.
No. He basically said these are things that existed. I'm going to put it into a realistic world. Whereas I would say the Rocksteady games are a lot closer to the '90s Bruce Timm series, Batman the
yeah.
Anime series, where they introduced Harley Quinn, an all-new character that hadn't been done in years. So that's probably the best comparison.
Lawrence, how could Rocksteady go nuts with this whole idea?
Well, it could be similar to Arkham City, where maybe halfway through Arkham Knight, Batman, quote-unquote, dies, and then you play as the Arkham Knight for the rest of the game. Some of the screenshots kind of imply that might be the case. It looks like the Arkham Knight might be a playable character.
Really?
That's a lot of people have been speculating about that, but I'm not exactly sure if that's... I think it'd be really cool
Yeah.
to play as the Arkham Knight, but I don't know if that's true.
What if Batman comes back at the end as the final boss?
That'd be awesome!
Is your mind blown yet?
No.
Okay.
Because in the end, Batman as a video game, movie, comic book, and underwear line is worth like $1 trillion. Just might be the end of the Arkham franchise, as we've seen with Arkham Origins. A new developer could take over and continue the franchise.
Oh, totally.
Batman basically lives on forever.
Yeah,
is the way it
I think Rocksteady has proven that they can take a licensed video game character, make a very popular video game franchise out of it. So why not do that with another character and hand the reins of Batman onto someone else, like we've seen with WB Montreal, who can do just fine. I know everyone hates it, but I enjoyed Origins. I thought it was a good game.
It wasn't a bad game. So I guess the question is, what do you think? Do you think Batman's dead?
No.
All right, thank you.
Batman can't die.
Yeah, that's true. He's not really dead.
They can kill a son, and then he can come back later.
He's not a man.
He's an idea. He's a hero. He's a symbol.
That's what he said to the guy from Looper in the car.
And then he died. On to your trailers. Oh, here's the trailer graphic. Okay, on to your trailers. Phil?
None.
Why?
I didn't want to do anything today.
Good answer.
That's the only answer and the correct one.
Do you know what day today is?
Are you talking to me or Kyle?
Phil.
Tuesday. No,
It's not. It's actually Wednesday.
Oh,
Do you know what day today is?
Thursday.
Do you know what day today is?
I do.
Do you know what day today is?
Heard earlier.
Do you know what day today is?
Your birthday?
Do you know what day today is?
It's a special day for
Do
someone.
you know what day today is?
It's St. Quibbin's Day.
You're all wrong. It's Lawrence's birthday.
Hey!
Say happy birthday to Lawrence.
Oh, happy birthday, Lawrence.
Lawrence, are you there?
What's that?
What?
Well,
Happy
Still
birthday,
butterscotch
Lord.
is out here.
Happy birthday,
to
Lawrence.
me.
I was trying to be nice, and it was awkward even with that. Whatever.
anyway.
What?
Nothing.
We have our first and only outtake. Hey everybody, this is Thursday.
Ah, seriously, here we go.
Oh, cool. Oh, today on the show we're asking the question, is the future of games virtual reality?
It looks like it might be, and even in 2015. It's a new year, and you know what that means, right? Pay them taxes.
No.
Hit the gym.
No.
New plastic toys.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
A new year means new tech, and with CES wrapping up this week, we're getting a nice little peek into the future of gaming, sort of.
Sure, yeah, it's usually a mess of things. It's usually what you can plug your gaming into.
Right, exactly.
Firstly, that would be the Oculus virtual reality headset, also known as the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, that's right. Oculus' latest prototype, which first debuted back in September 2014, reappeared at CES with some fancy new headphones built in.
Hey, they did it. Yet again, we have to endure article after article of some bearded white dude telling us that he is a believer. Right, Lawrence?
Yeah, okay. We get it. We get it. You got to use it, we didn't. And we have to read your 2 pages saying how cool it was that you got to pet some alien or go into space. It doesn't matter. Words don't help.
That's true. Technical reports are very promising for Oculus' latest headset, though. Tech blogs report that the resolution has been increased yet again, which should put it above the DK2's 1080p.
Correct. Tech writers speculate that the resolution is now around 1440p.
That's really, really good. That's really good.
Yeah, which is necessary when the screen is just an inch away from your eyeballs.
Absolutely. Impressions also say the new prototype is much lighter on the head, meaning you won't come down with a case of VR neck. Lawrence, you patented that, right?
Yeah, I'm calling it. That's mine.
VR
You hear that? From now on, I was the one who said it first.
VR neck?
I want to see the commercials from Fly By Night local lawyers.
Yeah.
Do you have VR net? Ow!
I don't know if that's going to catch on, Lawrence. I'm sorry.
It might.
No, it's already come on.
Okay. All right.
I'm good at naming things. Fuck you.
The new headset, known as Crescent Bay, picked up another new jingle bell too. Wait, jingly bell? What?
Whatever.
I don't know. So the thing has side-mounted IR cameras now.
Yeah, Lawrence, what are those for?
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically like you're putting a Kinect on the headset. So there was a problem with the Oculus VR where it didn't quite know where it was in 3D space. So you could look around with your head and that's fine, but if you lean forward with your torso, the headset wouldn't really know how to translate that movement into a game or anything like that. So now it basically shoots infrared lasers around to figure out where it is in 3D space, and also to figure out how far away physical objects are from you in the real world.
Weird.
So that means it'll find out if, when you're masturbating if somebody's near you.
It's debate warning.
Oculus CEO Brendan Uribe also hinted at the fact that Oculus is very excited about 2015, though he did not say when they'd be releasing a consumer version of the Rift. Let's hope it's this year. Jeez. Come
yeah.
on, man.
There also may be an Oculus controller in the works.
Ooh.
Uribe said to The Verge, "We haven't showed anybody our early versions of VR input yet. We're excited to show something sometime soon,
Yeah.
but we're not ready yet. ... We're not going to get that level of body tracking, hand tracking, eyes, mouth, whole human tracking in the early versions of VR.
So it sounds like they're really far away from an actual controller for
Right.
the headset, because I know it's really difficult to track all of those things.
Yeah. Also keep in mind, this is the company that Facebook invested, what, $2 billion into?
Absolutely.
We're getting all this stuff way earlier than we would have. This is probably 4 or 5 years, much earlier, and whether you like it or not, this is the future of gaming.
But now everybody's racing to it, just like Razer, because they just released a headset as well. Never late to the gadget party. Razer announced their own head-mounted display at CES called the OSVR. Lawrence, what does that mean?
That stands for Open Source Virtual Reality, which is probably the nerdiest phrase I think I've ever heard. And as that implies, the OSVR will be open source, meaning it'll soon be on Linux with anime girls and dragons for some reason.
That's exciting. We did it.
Gentlemen around the world with utility-kilts just jizz themselves.
Well, as opposed to the Oculus, the headset's only going to cost $200, and it'll launch with specs similar to Oculus Crescent Bay.
Yes, under though. The resolution is coming in at around 1920 by 1080, which 1080p. That's across two 5.5-inch displays, which does fall short of the rumored 1440p resolution of the Oculus Rift Crescent Bay model.
In addition, the OS VR won't have IR cameras like Crescent Bay. Regardless, at least the OS VR has a release date for the dev kit.
Sure,
whatever.
It's like Oculus all over again.
I know.
So you'll be able to watch all of your creepy anime porn in full VR in June 2015. So start saving all those pretty pennies.
Yeah, okay.
Because
Another
this
VR
is
kit.
the future. This is the future game. You got to strap things to your face.
Lawrence, why do you keep writing about anime porn in VR?
That's what everybody's going to use it for. I mean, there's going to be actual VR porn, sure, but here's the thing. All right. For real porn, you'd have to get some actresses. You'd have to film it in 3D. You have to do all this stuff. But for anime, you can make that with code. You don't need a real human being. So it's already there. That was the first thing. Like, I got a development kit 1. I went online just to find some demos, and anime porn was already shooting right into my eyes. Granted, that happens every time I get on the internet, but this time was different. It's VR.
Sounds good, Lawrence.
So unfortunately, we got way too excited about Oculus because sadly, the Oculus Killer has been named
Already?
at this year's CES.
We did it!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 3D head.
Oh man, this thing's awesome.
Yeah, this was debuted at CES, and apparently they're advertising the GCS3 headset as the Oculus Killer. And we here at Inside Gaming think they are right.
They're absolutely right. It's a huge head-mounted device with a 7-inch tablet as the screen.
It looks like it's like a xenomorph from Tron.
It absolutely.
This state-of-the-art headset weighs in at 1.7 pounds.
Wow, that's really, really heavy. And quote, to display 3D images without special glasses, our engineers have learnt how to control how light is directed from each pixel of display so that different light patterns reach the viewer's eyes using the patented Aurora 3D technology.
It's just a tablet. And the good news is you can get this beautiful piece of technology for only $600.
It's not bad, or you can get the controller and the headset. You can get both for $1,000.
Right, or just the controller for $1,000.
Or the headset and the handset for $1,900.
There are a lot of prices on the website. We're not really sure that these guys know how much it costs.
I don't think they do, because they're everywhere. I mean, you gotta look at this video of this woman watching Avatar on a tablet without the headset on. So here it is.
Oh, shit.
Now imagine how amazed she would have been had she been wearing the 3D head. I'm really fucking amazed.
I want one.
Lawrence, how bad do we feel for somebody who invested in a 3D head?
Oh God, could you imagine? I mean, so imagine you're an out-of-touch kind of older dude with a huge bank account, and you want to make some guy's dream come true. And he comes in there and he says, "We're gonna make the Oculus Killer." And that's all he says, and you're already throwing money at him. And then a year later, you see this.
Is it really that easy?
Oh God.
Is it really that easy?
You know what he would say? The first thing he'd say is, "God, looks like that would give somebody a case of VR neck."
I'm actually with you on that one. So even with this head, all jokes aside, 3D head being the biggest of them, like we said earlier, when one of the biggest tech companies in the world, Facebook, invests in something like this and you start to see copycats like this, it is a very true sign that the future of gaming is virtual reality. And we're getting there a lot sooner than we would have if Facebook had not gotten involved. So I think that's pretty damn cool.
That's great. And you gotta get ready, boys and girls, because you're gonna play a lot of Candy Crush on your VR headset. And you will be a gamer. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You're gonna have really bad VR neck.
Just as a counterpoint, I remember when everyone was putting money into motion control, and everyone was like, motion control is the future.
Stupid.
Guess what? It wasn't.
Well, actually, I mean, motion control is going to be kind of integrated into the. I mean, they were kind of there.
Shut up.
That's a good point. Joel's got a good point.
Well, the future is going to be you naked in your living room, wearing your giant 3D head.
That's the present, Adam.
With 3 Kinects around you.
On to your trailers, we got the Zombie Army Trilogy announcement trailer.
Those are just words.
What is this? What is this thing? What is it?
The zombie games that were offshoots of Sniper Elite, the series.
Cool.
Oh, they made a game.
It's like the.
No, wait.
So they took those games, they made a game out of those games?
No, they're just bringing them over to Xbox One, PS4.
Oh, okay.
Oh man! Next up, we got the Evolve intro cinematic. Apparently, the game is done.
Oh, wait, is it out?
Someone tweeted that earlier, so confirmed.
It went gold.
It was from the owner of 3D Head, so I'm not sure.
He learnt it.
Evolve exclusive for 3D Head.
All right.
Ah!
This is the night.
Such a beautiful night.
Your jerky Pop-Tart fell on the ground.
Maybe just run it under a sink for like 30 seconds.
There's so much dark hair.
With some seasoning, but.
It's really red, Joel.
It's like, there's no nitrites or bullshit in it.
Different people.
It's organic, got at the farmer's market.
It's good.
It's really tasty.
It's real spicy.
Yeah.
It's good spice.
Real good though.
It's like a smoky. This jerky that I dropped on the floor that nobody else can eat ever is so good.
Hey everyone, this is over Friday. Hi.
Give me a Y!
Why?
Give me an E!
E.
Give me an S!
S.
What does that spell?
Oh boy, your first observer today. Did the Xbox One lie?
It might have.
It can't lie?
Yeah, it's a robot. No, it's a machine. It wouldn't be a good week in gaming without some kind of DRM scare to send everyone into a wild panic.
Let's all freak out, y'all.
Okay.
Earlier this week, Far Cry 4 became unplayable on the Xbox One. Uh-oh.
That's bad.
We're not talking about like Assassin's Creed Unity unplayable. I mean, it's just not there.
Completely unplayable.
Gone.
Ubisoft forum poster Jack Flackett first hit the air raid siren on Monday, and then Pasha Dune Runner later posted a series of photos.
Are these all Star Wars characters?
Yes, they are. Posted a series of photos showing the error in detail.
When trying to launch the game, they rightfully purchased. The Xbox One asked, do you own this game or app? The Xbox Store also showed the game as unavailable.
This is the same style error you get if you've installed a game from a disc, then try to play it without the disc in the system.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a gamer's worst nightmare, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, Far Cry 4 owners were unable to play a game that they actually paid for due to some problem in the authentication process. Basically, there's some evil, giant, monolithic server somewhere that spit back a no when it should have said yes. And now, you know, you've had a long day at work, you come home, want to play some Far Cry, and the evil corporation saying you can't.
Oh, no.
And this collectively triggered everyone's E3 2013 PTSD. So if you remember that originally Microsoft designed the Xbox One to be always online, meaning that every game would be controlled by online DRM.
Correct. So overall, people hated this more than Hitler, somehow ignoring that it's the exact same system used by the savior of all humanity. PC and Steam.
Steam. Hypocrisy notwithstanding, gamers worried that any interruption in connectivity would prevent them from playing games they'd properly purchased.
Didn't take long for Microsoft to roll the idea back, especially since the PlayStation 4 debuted with a more traditional system allowing for gamers to share game discs and make funny little YouTube videos poking fun at billionaires.
Right. Fast forward to 2015, where the paranoia that was around then actually kind of seems warranted now.
Yeah, very much so, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, even if you have a working internet connection, at least in this case, the Xbox One won't let you play a game if that game is not actively listed in the Xbox Store. It's not quite the same concern, which is like, oh, my internet connection might cut out, but it's still the same kind of problem, which is that we have a connected system with a lot of moving parts. If any one of them breaks, I can't play my game.
Right. Microsoft naturally swears this totally isn't a big deal and everything is fine. They issued a statement saying, quote, if customers own the rights to a game, they can visit their download history and initiate a re-download whenever they please. And they also said, even if the game has been delisted from Xbox Store and is no longer available for purchase. So even if the game goes away from the store, you could still download it.
This is actually something similar to that Steam already does. If you get an early access game, like whatever, Stomping Lands or something like that, and the developer goes, oh, our game sucks, and they pull it, you as the person who bought it can actually still re-download it.
So you can play the game anytime.
Right, because you're entitled to that because you gave them money.
Right.
So they don't take it away from your library, they just take it off of the store.
But that's not what happened to the Far Cry 4 owners.
No, this is a little different.
Because the game went delisted and then they couldn't download the game anymore.
Correct.
Microsoft is saying that's not the case. It was just a totally big error.
They're saying this is a singled situation, basically. Because what they're describing is essentially what Steam is. But here is the thing at this point, it doesn't even matter what Microsoft wants the system to do, really.
No, it doesn't, despite their intentions. The fact of the matter is gamers weren't able to play the game they paid for because the system relies on a series of internet-connected checks that are obviously prone to failure.
Even at its most basic level, the system is rickety. Just like what happened over Christmas with Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, all DDoSs aside, it's still not a perfect system.
We like that Microsoft is at least trying to do the right thing by its customers, but the truth is, console gaming is kind of in the middle of a rocky puberty-style transition to digital distribution right now, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, it sucks, but these problems are going to happen because this hardware is moving over to a new ecosystem, and that's always a little weird because it's like half and half right now.
Yeah.
These problems actually happened before. PC went through all this awkwardness back in the mid-2000s. You had Ubisoft implementing like heartbeat digital DRM connections because they were really concerned people would just steal their game. People stole it anyway, and all it ended up doing was punishing the people who just wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
And there was a time when Steam wasn't that great either.
What?
Yes, Spool. Yes.
It would go down. People wouldn't be able to play their games. People wouldn't be able to patch Counter-Strike like back in the early days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So people didn't like Steam when it first launched either. So nothing is perfect when it starts out.
Right.
And we're kind of in the middle of that weird phase.
When what?
The back when Steam was literally green.
Say it one more time.
Back when Steam was literally green.
Now do it sad.
Back when Steam was literally green.
Now never say it again. So on a similar level, consoles are smack in the middle of those awkward teen years right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full of pimples and greasy face marks.
And constant boners.
And maybe a full body brace to fix its scoliosis. And apparently the PS4 hasn't learned about deodorant yet.
Yeah, that'd be
So
nice, please.
there's
Come on, kids. You
There's
sweat.
actually a bright future of Steam sales and weird indie games waiting for this console space, but we just got to get through this weird transition first.
We're getting there one day. We always preach digital distribution being a very good thing, and it's great, especially, I mean, a lot of people complain, especially you, Australia. We hear you when your internet sucks,
Oh, yeah, that's
but
right.
hopefully these sort of things push for better internet.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, I mean, if you look at Sony, they're really pushing this whole streaming thing.
Yeah, they are, the PlayStation Now thing, yeah.
We would be surprised if there's even another console generation after this where it's just going to be streaming PlayStation and Xbox tier television. That's most likely what's going to be. We got to speed things up and get that network infrastructure working because when it goes down, we can't play shit.
So you're just going to have to wait a couple of years. Sorry, guys.
We're getting there. One day.
We're almost there. So in the meantime, Microsoft is trying to fix it. So keep trying, Microsoft. On to your... All right, Phil says this is a Retro Trailer Friday.
That's right.
Okay,
Why?
Why?
Read what I wrote.
Because I don't have anything new today, here's an old Phil's pick from this day,
Boom!
3 years ago.
What?
Whoa.
It's like he just shouted at us to read what he wrote.
And you did.
It's true, we did.
The Resident Evil.
I'm Michael Jackson, you guys
Operation
Tito.
Raccoon. What?
It doesn't matter
Tito
what this trailer
Puente?
is. It doesn't matter at all. Why is this trailer cool?
We played this game, it sucks.
The game sucks, but this trailer's cool.
Why?
It's a nice cinematic, tells a little bit of this. Well, there's really not a story to it. The game's awful.
What's your all-time favorite trailer?
I don't know.
I watched
playing
some
Marvel
episodes.
Puzzle
It's not very funny.
What'd you say, Lauren?
I'm playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. Got a Hulk cover. I don't know if that's better than my characters or not. Because I'm working on a Hawkeye as well.
Is this what you used to do in high school? Did you talk to your friends this
Hold on,
way,
hold
where
on,
you
wait,
just
let
tell
me-
them about games that they didn't care about?
Hold on, let me try something with the computer. Keep talking.
Yeah.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And?
You made an error.
I mean, it means he goes twice, basically.
Still going.
That gives you more AP, which gets you
Shit.
more...
Hey, everyone, this is the
All right, it's Tuesday. We're almost there. Here we go.
Oh, your first news story for today. Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC has been delayed.
You shut up. You shut
I called
up.
it!
Shut
I knew
up.
it!
The fun stops here, assholes. If you're part of the master race, Rockstar just busted you guys down a peg or two with the publisher's ultimate weapon. Thus, oh, you're supposed to say this, Joel. There we
This
go.
is a joke written for us by us.
That's much better.
Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC has been delayed from January 27th, his original release date, to March 24th.
Well.
Fun just died, everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sex is over. No one can have sex ever again.
Sex doesn't last this long.
Rockstar's reasons for the delay are as follows. They say the game requires a few extra weeks of testing and polish, which is kind of a bummer considering how funny glitches have been lately.
Yeah, but could you imagine something like the no-face glitch in GTA 5
Yes,
or the
absolutely.
Battlefield Giraffe Man? That'd be
Absolutely.
good.
I would love that,
We
actually.
can take some of that.
That'd be really cool. For what it's worth, Rockstar commiserates with ye writhing, plagued masses. What else do they say, Lawrence?
Oh, they write, the typical commiserating comments. They say that moving a release date is never a decision that we take lightly,
Sure.
and they thank everyone for your understanding.
Understanding!
Yeah, we know that you guys understand. What has the internet not understood when a publisher delays a game? They're always very considerate.
Yeah, always very sensitive to that sort of
That's
information.
not true, then no, they're not.
Rockstar provided a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, though. That's
true.
GTA 5 on PC will support 4K resolution.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's kind of fun.
So for all 3 millionaires out there, enjoy all those pixels that your eye can take in.
Do people have those monitors right now?
I have 8K.
Shut up! They also mentioned that Heist will release in the coming weeks before the game releases on PC, and that the PC version will include Heists right at release.
Oh, wait, hold on. So does that mean we're getting Heist, like, soon?
Supposedly.
Before March?
Supposedly.
Oh my God!
Supposedly.
There's some good news there.
Sure.
The game will also support NVIDIA 3D and triple monitor setups. Is that good for anything, Lawrence?
It's good for the people that spend a lot of money on that and want to find a game that supports it.
Do you have 3 monitors?
I have one for playing games and one for watching terrible things on YouTube.
Also, just like GTA 4, the PC version will include the new Rockstar editor, allowing you to cobble together a bunch of clips of you running over old women.
It's actually fun to play with.
Yeah.
So the question here is, what's the deal? Why did the game get delayed on the PC? We're speculating here that it's possible that Rockstar remembers the legions of malcontents that complained about GTA 4's PC port. James, you have some thoughts on this as well.
It's basically like when Peter Jackson went back.
No, just read the line.
I think the developers got obsessed with producing the most perfect game possible and continue to find small problems or bugs with the game that bother them.
That seems pretty valid.
Bullshit.
What? Jeez, whoa. What's most likely is that developing for PC is a lot more complicated than for consoles. Why is that, Lawrence?
It's a couple of things. So first of all, the PC market demands the most features. They demand multi-monitor support. They demand 4K resolution. They demand 3D. They want all of their little toys to work with every other toy they buy.
Right.
And that becomes increasingly complicated given how fragmented the PC market is. People have all kinds of hardware built at all kinds of times from all sorts of companies. And if this game doesn't run right on one of them, that person will scream their heads off on the internet.
Absolutely true.
So it's tough. It's the most exacting audience and also kind of the smallest one, the hardest to satisfy.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise it's going to take a few more months.
So while this might not be the case for you, viewer, Rockstar is looking at 2 possibilities. Either release the game as announced and deal with complainers that still have a 3DFX card.
Ooh, I like those cards.
I had a Voodoo Extreme.
Yeah, those are cool.
Or they could delay the game to make many people happy as possible.
Sure, given the spat of buggy-ass broken games that launched last fall, we can hardly fault Rockstar for wanting to release a solid, stable game. Not now, but in March.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yes, waiting sucks, but it's better than taking the day off work and then playing an unbroken mess.
I mean, I might want to play that broken unplayable mess. That'd be fun. No faces. Just keep thinking about those sweet mods and maybe some VR support too. That'd be fun.
Which still neither have been officially announced or supported.
It's going to be a really long time till we get those.
It's going to be a few weeks. That's actually kind of why I wish it did come out sooner so we can start messing with that.
Oh, damn it, Rockstar.
I just want to put giant whales and shit.
Bitch.
Whatever, people are already modding the console version. We'll get the PC one going in no time.
On to your trailers, you got the Assassin's Creed Unity Dead Kings DLC. This is the DLC that's free for everybody because of the no face glitch.
Yep. Good call, Phil. That's why I put it on there.
What else, Phil?
The alien isolation.
Nope, I want to know about that trailer.
Just tells about the story. There's some fighting, there's rats, there's lights, there's dudes swashbuckling and jumping on people. The same old thing we get.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Which of the kings are dead?
Oh, all of them.
All of them, okay.
Next up, we get the Alien Isolation salvage mode trailer.
It's a Phil's pick.
Because?
Why?
Because there's a bird that drinks water. You know, the one that tips?
Yeah.
So it's Phil's
Phil
pick.
JaShicki's actually a very smart man. I don't know why he makes it seem like he's such an idiot.
So I had one of those birds as a child that I got for Christmas, but then its head fell off. Because as it drinks water, it like
You can't trust those
moisture
birds
from
with
the head and it
nuclear
fell off, but
This is what I mean. They say the game requires a few extra weeks. Lawrence, we can hear you breathing.
Really?
Yes. All right, talk again.
It's exhausting standing out here.
Lawrence, pull the microphone away from your face.
That's not it.
It's perfect.
It's Skype. See, so you told me to turn on the automatically adjusting sensitivity. If you don't talk for a long time, it gets incredibly sensitive.
Talk about how you're really upset about the dwarves that are coming to steal your treasure.
I'm really upset about the dwarves coming to steal my treasure.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show for Wednesday! All right! Have you ever humped with me before?
You do a double hump? Can we hold hands?
Oh yeah, you ready?
Hey! Ho! Oh yeah! Yes, sir!
All right.
I feel dirty.
All right, your first news story for today. Xbox and PS4 are together at last?
Yeah! What do you mean? What do you mean?
Sorry, so hold on a second. Let's all put down our PS4 pitchforks and Xbox One X-rays. X-ray is a weapon.
Is that an
It absolutely is. Because some crazy modder has managed to put both consoles into one laptop.
What?
Yeah, that's true. Come on.
Does this mean we're off to hug?
Let's hug it out.
Let's hug.
Which one one of you is which?
You smell real nice.
Eddie's Eric from EdgeJunk.net spends a lot of his time making custom laptops that are with PS4 or Xbox Ones inside of them.
Okay.
But this time, he's made a monster. Go ahead and read it.
The Playbox 4-1! Ed's blog explains that the PS4 is crammed into the left side of the unit, while the Xbox One is on the right side. It's like a brain.
Yeah, it's all true. It's all true. It's got a 22-inch 1080p Vizio screen.
Mm-hmm. He says there are no cooling issues. Oh. Everything works just fine.
That's pretty cool. However, you can only power on one console at a time, and Ed says there's no reason to power on both. But my question to Ed is, why can't we just play both consoles at the same time, split screen?
Yeah.
Kind of like Golden. I think it'd be really cool. You got the Xbox One and the PS4.
I have another question for Ed.
Yes.
How is what he's done any different than me just taping the two boxes together?
Well, you know, either way.
The Playbox 4-1 is custom made for one customer, and we don't know how much it costs.
Yeah, no, normally his Xbox One and PS4 laptops, you can read the names of those.
The Xbook 1s and the Playbook 4s.
That's true. They cost around $1,500. So we're guessing this one is easily over $2,000.
Good, that sounds like money well spent.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice job, Ed. Now, can you tell us which console is easier to mod and therefore the best console ever?
Yeah, that'll get our commenters riled up, and that way they'll have something to fight about in the comments. Moving on to our next story, Nintendo Direct just happened!
Hooray! You can celebrate until we tell you what they said.
Oh, go ahead.
The first Nintendo Direct of 2015 was earlier today and contained some big news for fans of Nintendo. Which correlates to pretty mediocre news for everyone else.
That's us, yes, that's true. First up were some new game announcements for the 3DS.
Hold on, Bruce. You might want to cover your ears. I'll say them so that way you don't even have to get pissed off.
All right, go ahead.
Fire Emblem, Puzzles and Dragons, and Pokemon Shuffle, which is basically like Nintendo's answer to Candy Crush.
What'd you say?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. There's a lot of talk about amiibos, which for now have been Smash Brothers centric, but will eventually come into play in Mario Party 10.
Finally.
We did it.
The biggest news for us, at least, was the announcement of several Wii titles coming to the Nintendo eShop: Super Mario Galaxy 2, Punch-Out, and the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Right, and these are all old games, correct?
These are old games.
They're old games.
Biggest news is old
Yeah,
games.
but apparently you can use the gamepad if it was previously compatible with the old Pro Controller.
Yay!
We've been saying for a while that Nintendo has a huge back catalog, and it's a waste to not make everything available on the eShop, so we're glad that they finally decided to start printing money again.
Yep.
Nice job.
Nintendo also showed off the new 3DS XL,
Ooh.
which bosts a larger display,
What?
more buttons,
Cool.
and no AC adapter.
Fuck you!
So you can't
Why
charge
not?
it.
Wait, why not?
It runs on love.
Shut up. Here's some other stuff that I don't give a shit about. Majora's Mask, Xenoblade, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Project Treasure, and then there's Tingle!
Yeah!
Yeah, all right, give me a stupid for Hyrule Warriors, whatever, who cares?
Tingle.
Some internet hero said that Nintendo just won all of 2015, and it's only January.
And I think we can agree, he's an idiot.
On to your trailers, we got the Mortal Kombat X gameplay trailer.
Oh!
Why is this a Phil's pick, Phil?
It's Mortal Kombat.
Is he even in the game? Goro's not in the game.
You have to pre-order it again.
Oh, really? He is in the game, though. How
Okay.
far ahead do I have to pre-order to get this action figure?
Probably before it comes out.
Well, yeah, that's what a pre-order is, Phil.
All right, Joel's got a dub promotion. Go, Joel.
Hey guys, Machinima is interested in what you, the viewers, think. We've got a quick survey for you to fill out and potentially win some awesome prizes, I guess. The link is in the description. We can't annotate to it, so go to the description and click on the link to sign up. A prize like this cable, I guess.
What do they win?
And maybe a controller. I think we talked about a lot of different things. I don't know if they decided, but we had discussed maybe Steam stuff.
Oh, Steam stuff.
Stuff from
what?
Steam.
You mean like a game?
Like money. Steam bucks.
Is that a functional clapper?
It does do it.
Oh! All right, come on,
Yeah,
Jenna.
you gotta do the actual
do
clap
the-
thing.
Do the clap sync over here. Come on.
All right.
Hold it up and then do this slate.
Inside Gaming Wednesday, take one, Mark.
Excellent job. Nice job, Jenna.
That's so cool.
That was really
We're
cool.
like professional shoot team.
Professional shoot team?
Professional shoot team, go!
Everyone goes for Friday. Hey, Friday! No, you're supposed to say yes.
No. Nobody said yes.
That's a first.
Yes!
Thanks, Joe. Hi, first every day of all DLC is totally fucked.
Yeah, really, it's garbage. It's total garbage. Turtle Rock co-founder actually addressed it. It's been about a month since the last one, so we're long overdue for some kind of DLC scandal. So polish off your angriest forum post.
The profiteering that's got everyone in a tizzy this month is Evolve. Whose DLC plan is so confusing that it's going to take us a bit to explain it up front.
Lawrence, why don't you go ahead?
Lawrence, you go. I'm going to take a nap.
Oh boy, I'm going to be talking for a while. Okay, so first off, we've got the Hunting Season Pass, and that includes one new character in each of the game's 4 classes and one new skin for each of the game's 3 monsters. If you buy that by itself, it costs $25, so if you bundle that with the game, you're looking at spending $85.
Dear God.
If you just want the Season Pass and the game, you can get the Digital Deluxe Pack, which is the base game and Season Pass, and a Monster Expansion Pack, which includes a 4th monster, the Behemoth, and a skin for the Goliath. That costs $80, meaning you'd be saving $5 over buying them individually and getting a new monster.
Lawrence, that's $80 total, right?
Yeah, so essentially you're saving $5, but it gets more complicated from there.
All right. Okay. There's also the Evolve PC Monster Race package, which, surprise, is for the PC version of the game. That includes the game, the Hunting Season Pass, the Monster Expansion Pack, an unannounced 5th monster, 2 more hunter characters, and 4 more monster skins that are only in this particular package.
Yeah, that runs $100. Yeah. So another $20 nets you another monster, 4 new characters, and 4 skins. Why is this a free-to-play game? What happened?
No, it's not free-to-play.
It feels like
Oh, and you can buy the Behemoth individually for $15.
What is happening?
I'm not really sure. You can't buy right now, though. Sometime we're not sure.
There's more. And the Behemoth is also a pre-order bonus, so you can get that simply by pre-ordering any version of the game anyway.
That's it.
For now.
Right, Lawrence, are we done?
Maybe. It actually gets more complicated from there because every single skin can be bought a la carte. So if for some reason you really want an individual monster to look like it's made of magma or whatever, you can spend some money to do that. Cool. It's getting obscene.
All right. It should come as no surprise that this DLC offering confused and angered the internet.
Yeah, not only is it hyper complicated, but it's also committing the cardinal sin of game sales and offering expansion content before the game's even out.
It implies something very bad. The developers could have included content in the retail package, but chose not to, just to squeeze extra money out of you guys, the consumers.
No!
What a surprise. What a surprise.
Luckily, Turtle Rock co-founder Phil Robb addressed that very concern on the Turtle Rock forums. He writes, "A lot of folks seem to be under the impression that we've got all this content done and we shave off a hunk of it to sell separately. That just isn't the case. When Evolve hits the shelves, none of the DLC will be done."
It continues in promising, geez, of course this is long too. If we thought we could have finished all those monsters and hunters for ship, we would have put them in the box.
Okay.
But instead they're charging for them?
Well, Rob also addresses the hyper complication of Evolve's DLC. He writes, "Ultimately, Turtle Rock Studios makes the games, we don't sell them. And as the developers, we've done our best to make a game that people want to play. We then have to trust our publisher to make the best decision on how to sell that game."
Oh, okay. So just to bottom line it, who's Turtle Rock blaming here, Lawrence?
I don't know if they're blaming anyone. They're being very diplomatic about it.
Sure.
They're just saying, hey, all we do is make stuff. We just make the cool stuff, and we hope you guys get it eventually. And 2K is kind of the middleman that decides how it gets divided up, how much it's going to cost, the various packages, pre-order bonuses, incentives. Yeah. I mean, they are essentially blaming 2K here, but they're saying, get mad at them.
Right.
We're your friend. We want to make cool stuff for you. We want to make giant dick monsters.
What? Anyway, we're not here to defend crappy business practices. That's not our job. It is possible that 2K complicated the DLC proposition on purpose just to push people towards buying everything.
Would really? They spend $100 on this game?
Someone might.
All right. Do I want the skins of the monsters, the classes, or fucking just buy it all? I don't know if anybody's going to do
For a new IP that you've never heard of?
Yeah,
sure, maybe.
Not sure.
And as usual, we recommend that if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Right. That's just,
obviously.
That's an easy one. Remember that Turtle Rock will make all playable maps free, meaning that you won't be locked out of the rest of the player base once the DLC starts rolling out.
That's not too bad. So ironically, you'll have an easier time not buying any of the DLC with Evolve than any of the other shooters out there. That's actually kind of nice.
Just make sure you get mad at the right people. Looks like Turtle Rock just wants to make a fun game and cool stuff for you guys. We know you guys are already starting change.org petitions about it. Lawrence, really?
I assume so. I didn't look. It's Friday, man. I want to be in a good mood. I don't want to get mad at people on the internet to get mad at other people on the internet.
So overall, the interesting takeaway here is that they're doing something that's I particularly like. What they've done with a lot of multiplayer shooters is where they release maps and they lock people out. At least with this, they're not doing that.
That's
and true. Like my counterpart over here, Spool's telling me.
I did.
He's on my shoulder. He's saying that if other people have the skins, you're not locked out of seeing those. You just can't use them yourself. So, it sounds just like a free-to-play game, or like an MMO, or like a MOBA or something like that.
You just got to keep paying a little extra for skins and stuff like
Sure.
that.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to though, right?
If you want to be cool, you gotta pay for it.
If you want to be spool, don't be spool.
On your trailers, Saints Row got a Hell launch trailer.
This is the thing.
Yep.
There's dick kicking.
Yep. And I called the 800 number that's in it.
And
It goes to just a recording, and they put you on hold forever.
that's it.
Yeah, and they
put you on hold to hear a recording?
They say you're like the 666th caller, and it just keeps talking about the game, and it just goes. I stood on for like 10 minutes.
I was hoping it was a sex line.
Thanks, Saints Row.
I was hoping a real person would click on and talk to me.
God bless America.
We're done. Oh, Lawrence, are you there?
Totally wasn't just me. Lawrence, fix yourself.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Okay, I figured it out. Every time my phone makes any kind of sound that isn't Skype, it crashes Skype.
Oh, it's a fun glitch.
So I got a meeting notification for the stand-up, that crashed Skype. I tried to turn up the volume, that crashed Skype. So no one call me.
Hey, everyone, this is Montage.
It's Wednesday.
Think about it. A pensive hum.
Felt it through Skype. The reason over today, Call of Duty is going to be called World at War II now.
What? That's the new Call of Duty this year? World of War II?
Let's take a look at this beautiful rumor. So Call of Duty is taking us to space, the ocean, and to an alternate dimension where Abraham Lincoln enslaved the world with his terrible slave bots.
Really? That was awesome.
It was a fever dream.
Now that we've exploded every possible location, what's next for the series?
Apparently we're going back
to World War II.
We're doing it.
All right, let's do it. At least that's the latest rumor. This comes from the Twitter account for Anonymous Protection, a subsidiary of the Hacktivist Group. Are that what we're calling the Hacktivist Group? Whatever. I don't like that.
That's what they call themselves.
All right, Anonymous. It sort of came from them, but more on that later.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, so Anonymous Protection posted this image on January 11th, showing an official-looking logo for the game and showing a world reveal date of May 4th, 2015.
All right, so there are a number of reasons this actually could be legitimate. Lawrence, go ahead and take it.
First of all, the date. That's about the time that Call of Duties are announced.
Yep.
In fact, it's exactly the time Call of Duties are announced. Last year, Advanced Warfare was announced on May 4th, 2014.
Okay.
So that's either exactly how Activision does it, or it's a little too on the nose to be real. Sure.
Right, yes.
And it would just make sense for Call of Duty to jump back to that setting. We haven't had a World War II Call of Duty since the original World at War, which was in 2008. So that's about, at the time that Call of Duty releases, that's going to be 7 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's way too old for Call of Duty.
That's the average age of the average Call of Duty player.
Zing!
Burn! Take that, children.
Wow, there's a lot of zinging children. As always with rumors, we try to remain just a bit skeptical, especially when the sources are fake as shit at best.
Yeah. So let's run down exactly how BS this story is. So first of all, Anonymous is not a respected source of news, or for leaks of that matter. And to put a fine point on it, this is the image that Anonymous tweeted.
Put that in the show.
Lawrence, what is it? What image is that? Describe the image.
Oh, goodness. Okay, well, it's a man doing a terrible thing to another man.
There's a bottle. Consensual. There's a bottle involved, right?
I thought it was a giant black. I guess it is bottle shaped, sure.
Second, the image posted by Anonymous has been posted before. This reveal date originally appeared on 4chan 2 months ago from a poster claiming to be an ex-employee of Treyarch.
Okay, I don't know why he's going to 4chan. He should be getting a new job. Yeah, whatever. So the thread reads exactly like some kid who has minimal skill at Photoshop and wants some attention.
Yeah, that's true. Third, this isn't the only supposed World of War II leak that we've seen. 7 months ago, cover art for World of War II supposedly leaked on Amazon. But Reddit user 9 quickly pointed out that the box art came from an artist named Seb Janiak, meaning the mock-up was likely a quick and dirty Photoshop from someone with nothing better to do. I mean, it's just clouds with a Call of Duty logo.
It's not hard to make. I could do something similar.
Yeah.
The only thing that actually might give this World at War II rumor some credit is the fact that Treyarch's Facebook posted a tribute to Pearl Harbor on December 7th last year, but I mean, that's really about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is.
We live in a world where that happened, and this is a game series that
focused on World War II.
Shows those things.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that doesn't
kind of actually a shitty way to promote their game, actually.
Lawrence, what do we actually think Treyarch is working on right now?
We can apply some deductions here. Call of Duty is on basically a 3-year cycle. Because those G.I. Joes, they have to have 30 million more polygons to render, and that takes time.
Yeah, that's true.
It takes exactly 3 years to cram all those polygons in their face. So the other groups that are working on Call of Duty right now, Sledgehammer is on the Advanced Warfare series.
Yep.
Infinity Ward may or may not be going on with Ghosts, given that was kind of the downturn of the Call of Duty series in general.
Yeah.
And then as far as Treyarch goes, we don't know. They could be doing a Black Ops 3, or could be going back to World at War. Those are kind of the two properties that people know from them.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we're going off of Black Ops 2 and going to Black Ops 3, does this mean we'll get the triumph return of Sam Worthington?
Yeah!
The protagonist from Black
All
Ops?
right, Sam Worthington, everybody. You guys know who he is. He was in Avatar and Terminator and...
Clash of the Titans.
And Wrath of the Titans. Let's not forget that one.
I think he died in Black Ops 2, but I don't remember because whatever.
Either way, we think Treyarch will probably focus on Black Ops 3 since
Right.
Black Ops 2 was the best-selling Call of Duty, I believe, or
the
the
last
last
one.
time it sold a shit ton.
Sure.
So Black Ops 3 would make more sense than World War 2.
And if they are going to make it Black Ops 3, where do we think it's going to take place?
What do you think?
I think it's actually going to take place all in America, but this time he plays the bad guys. It's a twist. At the end, it's revealed you're the good guys.
I think it's going to take place in America.
Canada.
Lawrence, what about you?
Hong Kong.
I think it's going to take place entirely in someone's refrigerator.
That'd actually be fun.
That's stupid. That's a dumb thing to say.
You say that, but you haven't seen it.
That's a dumb thing to say.
It's a Call of Duty that takes place on a school playground. You play dodgeball, and you get hit markers, and there's slow-mo, and it's going to be great.
No, it's in America, and only America.
Best country ever.
On to your trailers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, we got the Evolved Survival Guide trailer.
How do I survive, Phil?
It'll tell you.
You're supposed to describe the trailer, because they can't
All
hear
it
the
really
sound.
does talk about the story, and it talks about the hunter classes, and the monster classes, and how they evolve. That's about it. So
Did you just say the title of the game wrong?
Probably.
Next up with the Elder Scrolls Online, the Confrontation trailer.
What's cool about this trailer?
This is another one of those cinematic trailers that they keep putting out. But it's like a continuation of the story they've been telling since like last year or 2 years ago.
Do you think it's justifiable if I just watch all the trailers and never play the actual game?
Yes! Like a well-oiled machine, this show. I'm telling you.
No, well,
Yes, thank you.
is whatever's spitting out over there, this machine, like I said, whatever that switch is spitting out isn't.
The building is rejecting us.
The gnomes that help the guy build shoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have gnomes that come in and just fuck shit up.
Just
They come with a
unplug
clean
things
crew.
for no reason.
Everyone, so
sorry.
Oh, your first and start today. Let's talk about some Windows 10 and the Xbox One love affair.
Oh, they're in love. That's really cute. These episodes are actually our favorites. Why is that? Because Lawrence, tell them why.
We called it.
I think what Lawrence is trying to say is that we predicted this.
It's true, yeah. So Microsoft debuted Windows 10 yesterday, showing a host of dumb features that nobody cares about.
Want to write on your emails or something?
Sure.
Windows 10, personal computing, whatever, who cares? However, Xbox division head Phil Spencer came out to talk about cool stuff like video games.
Video games are cool.
It's true, they really are.
We have a whole show about it. So following months of hints that Windows 10 would further integrate Xbox gaming, Spencer revealed the coming OS killer feature, Xbox One streaming.
Yeah, that's right. It works about how you'd expect any device running Windows 10 can stream gameplay from an Xbox One on the same local network.
Local, not over the internet?
Sure.
That sucks.
Lawrence, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, it's Wi-Fi.
PS4 can do it over the internet, PS4 is better.
All right, well, whatever.
Whatever you want it to be, Adam.
I don't really care because it never really works that great anyway. So that means you can play Xbox One games on your PC, tablet, or Windows phone, which is cool.
That is really, really cool.
But you need a Windows phone, and that's not cool.
I got one.
Oh, that's enough. You know what else is cool? We called that shit 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago.
Bing,
to be
bing, bong,
exact.
bing,
Yeah,
bong, bong,
we
bing,
called
bong.
We call that a humble brag.
Roll in the cake.
Phil Spencer, it's like you're watching these episodes. If you're there, tweet us.
Yeah.
Is Naruto.
We miss you.
Sure.
We long for your embrace.
Sitting at his computer watching YouTube videos going, we should do that.
Give me a big hug when you see me next, Phil Spencer, because well, he's never. I don't think we've ever met, have we?
No, you haven't met him.
Okay.
So the streaming service will launch later this year and is targeting a full 1080p 60 frames per second quality. I mean, granted, the game could even run that.
Yep.
Right now, it is running at 720p 30 frames per second, so they're going to get up to those tightening of the old Xbox graphics.
There's actually another angle to our prediction that didn't exactly come true, though. Lawrence, what's that?
We speculated that streaming might work the opposite way, namely that you'll be able to stream games from your PC to your Xbox One.
Right.
And then play full PC games on your living room TV.
Yeah.
That didn't quite come true, but it might.
Ooh.
Yeah. Phil Spencer actually addressed this yesterday because he knows we want it and he loves us also very much. He said in a group interview at the Windows 10 event that, saying I quote, people ask about the streaming in the opposite direction. Can I stream from my PC to my Xbox? And I'll just say it's something that we're really looking at. If you think about that vision, my games are my games wherever I am, and I can play with whoever I want to play with. Yep. We want to be able to land solutions that are as native as the one we showed there.
It sounds like you. It sounds like basically if you want one game, you can have it on every platform.
Right. And if you want to see this in a long-term way, Microsoft, Sony, they're becoming services. The consoles are going to go away. They all want to go towards streaming.
So it looks as if eventually your Windows PC may stream all your games to the Xbox One in your living room. That would be fucking awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. Nice job, Microsoft.
Sure.
Yeah.
A few other possibly interesting tidbits popped out of the conference. Microsoft unveiled this thing called Windows Holographic, or was it HoloLens, something like that?
We're getting there.
Which we right now are recommending you file under Broken Promises right now.
Lawrence, why does the tech sound cool?
Well, it's kind of that vision of the future that we've been promised since the 80s. You put on this like goofy cyberpunk visor called the HoloLens, and it basically lets you see augmented reality. It just annotates everything around you. It'll throw up TVs on the wall. It'll let you look at your email on your fridge. It'll let you blow a hole in your wall and look at Minecraft. It's theoretically cool, and it'll like track your focal point too. So you just look at something and then wiggle your finger to.
Hold on a minute though. Remember a long time ago when they introduced the Kinect?
Sure. When it's called Natal, and they showed that little video of a kid scanning a skateboard.
Remember Milo?
Yeah. The little boy you talked to on your TV.
Remember that stupid sword fighting demo on Star Wars Kinect? Remember that?
Yeah. All these horrible things.
Remember when Clippy told us he'd make writing documents easier for us?
How old are you?
86.
So we basically went from Microsoft promising us that we would have Jedi powers to going to not being able to turn the damn thing on with a voice command using the second version of it.
Xbox on.
Holy shit!
They had it turned on!
They patched it!
It was listening to us.
We're so proud of you.
Nice job,
Xbox on!
It's turn off.
Xbox, download pornography.
I think it's doing it. It's possible HoloLens will be cool, but please, for the sake of your sanity, be skeptical about Windows Holographic and HoloLens. Please, be skeptical.
Right. And finally, Microsoft showed the Xbox app from Windows 10, which has some cool features, sure.
Yeah, Lawrence, what are the features?
It just basically looks like a larger and more dense smart glass. Yeah, you can see your friends list, your achievements. You can get to the Windows Store. There's like social sharing, screenshots, video clips, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's nothing new, but it's there. It'll also enable flashback recording, like the last 30 seconds of any game you're playing under that overlay. Granted, PC users have had that option for about the past 4 years, but you know, now Microsoft's doing it.
We're getting there.
Ultimately, we could ask for more, but we're glad to see any signs of support for the PC side of Microsoft Windows, because they've just spent years not understanding gaming and coming in way too little and too late with a bunch of just sad features.
Yeah.
Excel's a game.
No, it's not. Well, a lot of these features aren't exactly cutting edge. They're not as behind the times as we're being used to them being, which is very good. Microsoft is kind of on the up and up right now.
Yeah, we do ask, though, that they just get to the PC to Xbox streaming. Come on, Phil. We're rooting for you, buddy.
We love you, Phil.
Do my best.
We love you.
You're the wrong
Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer. He's the head of Xbox.
Apologies.
What are you the head of?
Stuff.
You're not the head of trailers because there are no trailers today. Thank you, Phil.
Phil Spencer had a Battletoad shirt on, though. Did you see that?
I have a Chicago Bears shirt on.
Sometimes I feel like you're not listening to me.
We're done.
He's been saving that for a
It's
celebratory
been
moment.
Who's a better captain, Jean-Luc Picard or Luffy?
Yeah.
I've been trying to eat
Ooh,
that.
it was real good.
Really good? Yeah,
It depends on your criteria.
I
would say that
like the jizz.
Jean-Luc Picard is probably a better captain.
So what aspects would Luffy be better at?
Fighting?
Well, this looks like you.
I don't know. Jean-Luc Picard scored the only victory against the Borg.
Like a mint gel?
Mint gel, that's what it is. Yep. It's white though, it's creamy. White and creamy.
Hey, everyone, there's a right ahead.
Let's get it! All right, add it in post, okay? Did they add it in post?
ADR.
Okay.
Your first over today are these images of the new PS4 Slim.
Oh, they could be. According to the comments on our videos, the PlayStation 4 is the best invention mankind has ever produced.
This is a true statement.
Yep.
Well, it's about to get even better, twice as better, in fact.
What?
Because we may have our first look at the PS4 Slim.
All right, Italian gaming site multiplayer.it posted these images yesterday, revealing what appears to be confidential images for a PlayStation 4 redesign.
Correct. The design of the unit is interesting.
Yes.
First off, it's got buttons, like actual physical buttons.
Lawrence, where are those buttons?
Well, that's a weird part. They're probably on the top.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a second. But as far as the buttons go, it's kind of strange for the system to switch to that.
Right.
The Xbox One, the Xbox 360 Slim, the original PS3, they all use touch sensors. What's interesting about this is the PS3 Slim actually did switch back to physical buttons.
That's right, they
So
did.
if they're keeping with that trend, I don't know why it would be a trend, but if they're keeping with that, it would make sense.
Right.
Yeah. On top of the buttons, the other interesting part is that the disc tray is on the top or the side.
We're not really sure.
Can't really tell
Yeah.
the orientation. I guess it kind of depends. So,
Yeah. So if you note where the embossed Sony and PS4 logos are, the disc tray, power, and eject buttons would all be on the top of the machine when standing vertical.
plus, you could always lay the machine horizontal and still have the same access. The disc slot, though, would be on the side, which is a little strange.
You could put it like in a home theater, either this way or this way. either
Rotate it. It seems odd, but
Yeah.
it's still an interesting design.
Finally, the design sensibilities of the supposed console look in line with the design of the original PlayStation 4. Why is that, Lawrence?
It's just the same like sharp geometry, the same slanted lines clashing with straight lines.
Yeah.
It's the same like rhombus type slant. What do they call it? Fuck.
Rhomboid?
I lost it.
Rhomboid?
No, not a rhomboid.
Trapezoid?
A diamond!
Basically, you take a two-dimensional 3D shape and project it into 3 dimensions. What's that
Hexa
called?
orb.
Anyway, I mean, even the plastic accents around it, you've got like glossy plastic running up against matte plastic.
Yeah.
It's the same with the original PS4, so it all looks like it's coming from the same development team.
Right, and the question is, how small is this little box?
We don't really know for sure. The system hasn't been announced, obviously, but we can matte lock out some details using Photoshop and the select tools. I basically just drag the select tool around the large one and the small one and use that ratio to come up with these numbers.
So the original PS4 is 10.8 inches tall. The PS4 Slim is about 33% shorter, so that would make the Slim about 7.3 inches tall.
Right. The original PS4 is also about 12 inches long, about this size, and the Slim is about 40% shorter, making the Slim about 7 inches long. Which is pretty
Not
great.
bad. 7 inches is okay.
It's average.
It's like above
It's
average.
a little above average.
There's nothing to be ashamed
You
of.
don't need to compensate. As for the thickness, we can't really deduce that from these pictures. The original PS4 is only 2 inches thick, and according to our measurements and what they've kind of done with the percentages here being the Slim 30 to 40% smaller, that might make the PS4 Slim about 1.3 inches thick. That's just a guess, though. We weren't even able to do our Photoshop select.
It's not about the girth, it's how you use it.
I wish you'd stop talking about penises.
How much you can cram in.
We are extremely impressed that Sony was able to make the already super sleek PS4 that much smaller, but the real question is, are these pictures even legit? Lawrence, what do you think?
I think they are, just for the reasons we're about to get into. So, first of all, as we previously mentioned, the design of the system, it looks like a PS4. It looks like the same design house worked on the system.
Yep.
That's notable because a lot of the times when we see mock-ups or fakes, they don't even bother making it look stylistically similar to other products in the same line.
That's true.
This does look like it might have been developed by Sony. It's got the same look, it's got the same ideas, it looks like it came from the same people.
Yeah.
Second, there's the believable through line with all of this being in Italian.
Okay.
Well, hear me out. So the website posting the images, multiplayer.it, is an Italian website.
Yeah, that's true.
You can see a sliver of emails on the left-hand side, one of these images right here, so showing the emails in both English and Italian.
Okay, all right, that's
so
good.
if these emails came from someone working at Sony, there would need to be some kind of Italian branch of the company, correct?
Yes.
And there is!
Okay, that's good.
Yes, there's an Italian office listed on Sony's international office list.
You're right. So I guess it is at least possible that an Italian employee of Sony Italia leaked these images.
Right, so it makes it a little bit more believable.
And then Lawrence, talk about the timeline here because it sort of matches up, but sort of doesn't.
Yeah, that's the thing. There depends on how you look at it, really. The original PS3 launched in 2006. The PS3 Slim followed in 2009, so it's a 3-year turnaround cycle.
Yep.
If we were to apply that to the PS4, we wouldn't see a PS4 Slim until 2016.
Okay.
But the hardware ecosystem looks a little different these days.
Of course.
Back in 2006, it was mostly focused on just broad general computing. Now it's all about miniaturization, efficiency, mostly due to cell phones. That's
Right.
where all the tech is. That's where all the engineering is. That's where all the money is.
Yep.
So it would make sense with the engineers that are out there now and their skill sets that we would see a faster turnaround on miniaturization of hardware now than we would back in 2006. So it's possible with the talent out there and the focus of the various industries that we would see a PS4 Slim sooner than we saw a PS3 Slim.
Yeah.
Right, and throughout the many decades that we've had consoles, since then, tablets, iPhones, all these things have been coming out where new iterations come out yearly.
Yeah, year to year.
And so it only makes sense that consoles would be coming out that much quicker with new iterations.
Absolutely.
So you're saying it's definitely real.
Hold on a second. We are not saying this leak is authentic, but we really can't think of a single reason why this isn't authentic, which
Yeah.
is very rare for us. Usually with leaks, we pick them apart and notice a bunch of different flaws. flaws. With this one, we haven't seen many.
Now let's assume it is real.
Okay.
What does it mean for the whole console race going on
I don't know.
right now?
I'm not sure.
I mean, Sony could release the PS4 Slim this holiday at like $350.
What? $350 lower price PS4 Slim?
Or,
Okay.
better yet, they release it tomorrow
Okay.
for the low price of free.
Right.
Yes!
Then every child in the world gets a PS4 Slim.
Awesome!
Sony will end world hunger.
Good.
Sony declares peace on Earth.
Fuck you, Microsoft. Eat shit and die!
Yeah!
Boom! Go!
It'll probably be $400, and then the old one will probably get like a mark down. Yeah.
Bring back Dreamcast.
It's just you.
On to your trailers. We got the Grow Home announcement trailer.
This is like Go Home, Gone
It's a
Home.
new game from Ubisoft.
It's like
It doesn't really show a lot in the trailer. It's like
is this a really lame game like Child of Light that James will like?
I don't know. They really didn't show a lot. But it comes
Sounds
out in
good to me.
it comes out in a couple weeks.
It's a game where the whole game is you're climbing a tower from Ubisoft. They like climbing things. They made a game about it.
Well, I'm sold. Jenna, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm working.
Working?
Oh yeah, she's been working every weekend.
Really? On
Yeah.
a movie?
Yeah.
She's working on Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. The tie.
She's assistant directing for Ty.
Oh man.
Which job would you say is more fulfilling? Coming here every day and helping us and Respawn and everybody film their bullshit, or working on real movie stuff?
She didn't go to school for this stupid shit.
This is a waste of her time and talent.
I know. I think you could say that about anybody in this room now.
I made a box.
Everyone, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Here we go. Let's do this.
Oh, the first news story today. We're asking the question: is The Witcher 3 the best on the PC?
Probably.
There's a good chance.
Question?
I mean, sort of. We're deep into the console wars, people. Daily skirmishes between the Xbox, the Sony ponies, and the Master Race have resulted in bloodshed, massive body counts, and strongly worded forum posts.
Ooh, watch out. The battle's raged for well over a year now, and finally, we can settle this little bad boy.
Okay.
Yep, thanks to the Germans.
Oh, wait, the Germans did it.
The Germans.
So German publication GameStar recently attended a preview event for The Witcher 3, and even though the game isn't finished, clearly it knows which console is the best.
True. GameStar reports that there was a random blonde woman carrying someone who looks like they're falling over.
an old woman,
And
that's
she
all right.
sounded like Spool. So GameStar reports that The Witcher 3 will run at 1080p and 30 frames per second on the PlayStation 4.
Good for them. That's really
and
good.
Only 900p at 30
Oh.
frames per second on the Xbox One.
Lawrence, is that a huge difference?
That's terrible. It's disgusting.
Oh my gosh, Ed, you're really angry. Why is it bad?
It's like playing on a potato.
He said it's like peeling a potato.
I think it's playing on a potato.
I know, I heard it,
Here,
but it's
scroll
so
down.
broken.
According to GameStar, CD Projekt wants to get the game running at 1080p on the Xbox, but it's still working on that. They're on the way.
All right. In addition, GameStar reports that the PS4 version of the game also displayed noticeably sharper textures.
Whoa, so there you have it.
All
Lord PlayStation 4 is the finest console to grace the land.
Sure. But wait, keep in mind, there's another gaming platform that's even better, guys.
Lawrence, what is it? You gotta stop yelling because Skype keeps cutting out. All right, go ahead, Lawrence.
Even the PS4 sharper textures rank in at just under the high setting on PC.
Okay.
So, and if we know PC, like we do, there's probably an ultra or an extreme setting even beyond high.
Yep.
So the PS4 can't even beat second person.
Lawrence, you're cutting out every time you get really angry. It cuts out. So okay. Oh, jeez. You will cut your eyes on those textures. Watch out, kids.
Yeah, be careful, please. Here's a bit of disclosure, though. The game running on the Strong PC.
He meant to say strong, but he typed in strong.
It's German.
He typed in strong, and so I like the word strong. So
Keep it.
I kept it.
So it's running on an Intel 4790 and a GeForce GTX 980. Make for a PC that's at least twice the cost of a PS4.
At least, yeah.
I think the video card alone
Yeah.
costs more than the console.
Yeah. So there you have it. PC is better than PlayStation 4, is better than Xbox One. I think
shit.
you probably already knew that.
Sure, and also, I mean, look, we make jokes all the time about this. It comes down to the developer. CD Projekt Red's actually really good at doing this. They got The Witcher 2 running on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. It was actually, or maybe not the PS3. Either way, they got in the last gen consoles.
Yeah, they did.
That's a testament to how good those guys are.
Absolutely. Lawrence, do you think people really need to pour a lot of money into PC, or they just buy the PS4 and be okay?
So this is what you need to do. You need to get a job. You need to sacrifice everything in your life. Get some gold bullion.
All right.
You slip that into the back of your PC. Punch a bunch of wires into it, and then you put that.
As soon as he goes,
So we didn't hear your point because it's cut out again because
Stop yelling.
you're so angry.
You guys want to talk about Crisis?
No.
stupid things!
On to your trailers, we got the Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Lady Hammerlock, the Baroness back trailer.
Yep, came out today. It's DLC. It's
So there's a Lady Hammerlock now?
yeah, it's their Hammerlock's sister.
Do you think
Hammerlock.
Do you think we made it through all the pre-sequel trailers?
I don't know.
Even after the game came out?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, and one more important bit of info. We are leaving Machinima.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, after 5 years, this is our last week.
Yep.
We joke a lot about, cancel, all that fun stuff, but this is actually real. This is our last week here.
Yes, we love you guys. We love each other. We're nothing but love. Hot, sticky love.
I don't know what that means. We would like to share information about the future with you guys, what we're going to be called, where our content's going to live, all that fun stuff, but right now we don't know.
We don't know if we're doing any of those things at all.
Yeah, it's still kind of up in the air. The only thing that is a fact is that we are leaving Machinima.
And we are all staying together. That's another really important part of this. So if you'd like to join us in the next step of our grand adventure in making videos about penises and butts, we recommend you follow us individually on Twitter. We'll share news there as soon as we can. Until then, from the bottom of our hearts, you should say this because you started Inside Gaming, Adam.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time, for all the laughter. I think this is my 9th year at the company, so
Crazy.
It's kind of a hard goodbye, but we're going to go on to some fantastic things, so I'm very excited. Can I get the team in here? Can everybody come in here, please?
What if I
Lawrence?
only like penises or butts, but not both?
So Adam Kovic is at Adam Kovic. I'm Bruce Green. At Bruce Green.
Do you want to just point and just say follow us on Twitter and we'll just have them all pop up?
This is Lauren. No, I want. This is Lauren Sontag because I want to make sure everybody knows who's who.
They know.
He's at at Sirlar. This is Spool. He's at Sean Poole. This is Matt.
With an E on the end.
Stop stealing Matt Peak's. This is Matt Peak. He's at Matt's Edit Bay, and that's James Willems. He's at
James Willems!
He fixed it!
Okay.
Anyway.
So thank you.
Also, Joel.
Oh yeah.
Is Harmony
At Harmony Grace.
He's on the shitter.
Terrible Twitter name. Regardless, thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. This is our last week. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of the week of shows. It'll be fun.
Thank
Can
you
we
guys.
do like an SNL ending thing?
Yeah, what do we do?
We
Just
wave.
like
Matt Peak, you're leaving.
Matt's supposed to.
as many tickets as possible to the wrestling event.
All right, great. Let's go to wrestling.
Wrestling you speak of?
Oh yeah, invite Phil.
It's in a really, really tiny,
Is it a
like
gym?
Shriners.
Is there real blood?
What?
Is there real blood?
No, they don't do that bullshit.
What do they do?
They just do crazy, like
this
crazy flips and stuff. They don't. It's not like hardcore wrestling where they're like trying to make a spectacle of being really terrible at wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like a dude jumps off the turnbuckle into the chair that you're sitting on.
Real quick.
My chair.
Mike and Spool, what are you guys talking about?
I know.
Okay. Hey everyone, here's the draft.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Man, your first installment for today, Half-Life 3, once again, not confirmed.
Damn it, why?
Because Valve is making a shitload of money doing things that aren't making video games.
Valve announced today that Steam Workshop creators have earned over $57 million in 2014.
Congratulations, you have more money.
Holy shit.
We don't know exactly what Valve's cut here is, but let's just ballpark it and say 5% of every transaction.
Right, that means that Valve has pulled in $2.8 million just from you guys selling hats to each other.
That ain't bad. We even did a little bit of digging into Dota 2 and some of the forums, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, we found a forum user, Godzy. He's claiming that creators only get 25% of every sale, which means Valve gets 75%.
Wow.
And that's ridiculous. At that rate, that means they pulled in $42 million.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's just from bacon wrapped AK-47s getting sold to from one player to another. It's fucking amazing.
So yeah, overall, this is crazy amounts of money, especially for you kiddos that have basically hit puberty. On average, each Steam Workshop creator has earned about $38,000.
Lawrence, that's pretty high living, right?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you got to pay taxes and all that stuff, but if you're in your bedroom and you're making some like AK-47 without textures on it, and you sell that thing, that's a lot of money, especially if you're not paying your own rent. But if you are, then you're living in a one-bedroom apartment with a hot plate, so it's not that regal.
Why are you ripping on my lifestyle?
Valve has also used this occasion to announce curated workshops for two non-Valve games, Dungeon Defenders Eternity and Chivalry Medieval Warfare.
Have you ever wanted to wear an anime mask while accidentally stabbing your brother in arms with a giant swordfish?
No.
Well, now's your chance.
And this is why we continually say it's unlikely that Valve will release a traditional single-player game like Half-Life 3 anytime soon.
It gives us a chance to talk about a game that will never happen. That's nice. I mean, if you look at it though, Valve has transitioned from a game production studio to a gaming service, which we think Microsoft and Sony are easily going that route down the line anyway.
Yeah, Lawrence, I mean, like, this tool model works a lot better than making the traditional games.
Yeah, it's just a question of getting other people to do your work for you to a degree. You just give the creative people the tools that they need, and then they will make stuff for you. It's really similar to something like YouTube. You give somebody the distribution network, you give them the tools to distribute their creation to people, and then you take a little cut of it. And the analogy even extends. Why would YouTube make their own feature-length film? They don't need to. They make enough money off of teenagers screaming in their webcams playing stupid video games.
We're not teenagers. We're in our 30s.
So in closing, Half-Life 3 is confirmed.
Well, we did.
Never.
Up next, a news story. PS4 Slim, those leaked images we reported on a few days ago, they're totally fake.
Totally.
What?
It's time for a rare segment on IGD we like to call Retraction from the Joel Hole. Let's go to Joel and the Joel.
Okay, guys, I'm Joel, and it's time for our retractions from my hole. On January 23rd, we reported on possible leaked images from a new PS4 Slim, but it turns out they're fake.
Fuck you!
Fuck you! The creator, Ricardo Cambo, revealed that they're fake on his Behance profile, which apparently is like a Brazilian...
No, Italian.
Italian art thing.
He said retraction Italian.
It was retraction. It's Italian. That they were all a big ruse in order to get himself a design job at Sony. He even put a little letter on each image spelling out "Hire me." The one clue we should have picked out was in measuring pixels, the Blu-ray drive isn't the standard size, making it an obvious fake. I blame Lawrence. Lawrence, how do you want to make up for this?
I dropped the ball on that one.
Yep.
And I even came up with the idea of measuring pixel ratios to determine how big it was. I should have thought to measure the DVD drive.
However you want to measure it, this kid has got moxie and spunk. And I like moxie and spunk. That's it for the Joel Hole!
Stay there, Joel. Do the trailers.
Oh, okay, so trailers. Phil, what do we have today?
Evolve.
What about it?
It's 22 minutes of straight gameplay, offline gameplay.
Why do I want to watch it?
Are you interested in Evolve?
Not particularly.
The trailers are pretty hard, right? Because he won't say anything.
Guys, we got a cool Evolve solo gameplay experience trailer, Jeffrey.
I'm gonna need that Windex back. It's been around forever, and every single building in Gotham has like a secret floor on it that was built where owls live.
Okay, in the world of Batman, you think like there was Bruce Wayne's parents, then Bruce Wayne, that's it. But this one, they're like, what if Alfred's dad, Jarvis, was also their butler, and he was trying to warn Alfred not to come to the U.S. And they're like, hey, I know, from
Joel,
yeah.
Don't you wish one day we wouldn't talk about Batman?
You wish.
Just one
We
day.
can talk about Marvel Puzzle Quest.
I wish one day we would only talk about Fëanor, the forger of the Silmaril.
Everyone was over right ahead.
All right, here we go. You ready, guys?
All right, first up today, got a power struggle today. PewDiePie versus Nintendo.
Uh-oh, who's gonna win?
Which billionaire is gonna come out on top?
Nintendo, in an ongoing quest to reinvent the internet wheel, has announced their own YouTube revenue share program.
Oh boy, and the terms are not great.
No. Lawrence, go ahead and run them through it.
Oh, and I'm walking. Well, okay, so you can either submit individual videos or an entire channel to the program. So provided the games you are playing on your video are on Nintendo's whitelist, you may then be eligible for a revenue split with Nintendo.
Right.
But that split is not great.
No, it's not.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, so individual videos are entitled to a 60%, while full channels get 70%.
Bear in mind that's after YouTube takes their cut. So let's say your channel makes $1,000 in ad revenue. YouTube takes about 50% of the ad revenue, so now you got $500. Then Nintendo takes 30 to 40% of $500, so now you have $300 to $350.
Where do I sign up? Yeah, that's a lot of hands in the cookie jar.
That's too many hands.
Yeah.
Nintendo does not have the best track record when it comes to YouTube either. Lawrence, why not?
Well, this is back in May 2013. Nintendo basically started laying down ad revenue claims for every video featuring Nintendo game.
Nice job.
So basically, if you played a Nintendo game, Nintendo just said, that's ours, we're taking it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was really bad. The outcry this time is about the same. Popular YouTubers Boogie2988, Jeff Gerstmann, Jim Sterling have all come out against the program.
Right, the reasons are about what you expect, that Nintendo claiming of ad revenue will only drive content creators away rather than embrace the free publicity those videos provide.
This is a hugely complicated issue, and we largely agree with YouTube king PewDiePie's take on the issue, which is surprising.
Did
agree? Yeah, we did.
Here's how. So PewDiePie laid out on his stance, basically on his blog post, he admitted that Nintendo has every right right to do this, and any other developer publisher has basically as well.
Yeah, he then goes on to explain that YouTube has the potential to turn unknown games into breakaway successes, citing Minecraft, obviously, as the big one, because it just sold for $2.5 billion.
Right, and most importantly, PewDiePie states that YouTube viewership comes from the personalities involved, not from the games they play. He says, I quote, if I played a Nintendo game on my channel, most likely most of the views / ad revenue would come from the fact that my viewers are subscribed to me, not necessarily because they want to watch a Nintendo game in particular.
And he is entirely right in this matter. He closes by saying, everyone loses in the scenario that Nintendo has created. Oh, jeez.
But I mean, look, overall, you know, on the show, we can see both sides of this.
Yes, absolutely. Lawrence, why can we see both sides?
Both YouTube and game developers create tools that allow Let's Players to do the job that they do. And it seems unfair that Let's Players would get to keep all of that money. They're kind of beholden to the people that made those tools to make their content.
Yeah, exactly right.
You got to pay the man. That's how the system works. Never in the history of mankind have you been able to use somebody else's tools or property and take all of the money from it. You got to share people.
Right.
And however, keep in mind that this ecosystem isn't hurting for games or Let's Players right now, meaning that the free market doesn't really allow for Nintendo to lock down part of that system like this.
Yeah, it's possible that Nintendo is trying to establish a precedent here, which may be what's got all these YouTubers so angry. They say it's because, you know, other smaller YouTubers can't start their own communities, but they may be angry just because of themselves. Too.
Sure, if Nintendo makes a good chunk of money off of this program, other developers may follow suit, meaning that Let's Playing becomes far less viable as a job.
Yeah, honestly, EA and Microsoft had similar rev share programs about a year ago, but they were a bit shady, if you remember. They kind of broke his news. They didn't tell us they were doing it. They didn't have the disclosure and transparency that Nintendo has actually implemented. They have a website you can go to and read terms of service.
And you were forced to say nice things, which was a little strange.
Sure,
It just made a little people uneasy. So if you're the type to get upset over ethics in games journalism, you, please don't, you owe Nintendo a pat on the back for actually being transparent in this matter, requiring disclosure.
Ultimately, Nintendo's plan isn't ideal, but we do respect they're trying something new, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, this is how the market matures. People try ideas and they see how they work in the market. If Nintendo can get a piece of that ad money and YouTube creators can still break even, then everybody wins. But it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case here. This does sound like an everybody loses sort of thing, but the ripple effect will at least change up the market somewhat.
Do you think they're going to come after us for our drunk Mario party?
No, we're not on their radar.
We haven't done that yet.
Okay, well, but I mean, we might.
It was Mario Kart and no Smash Brothers.
So we'll owe them.
But we were drunk, so you don't remember.
40%? I don't know.
Are you drunk now?
Maybe. It's our last show, school. Jeez. On to your trailers. Phil's got a bunch of garbage that he gave us.
Read it!
Phil says, I quote, my last trailer post, so I want to leave you with something terrible. It's Phil's pick of terrible game trailers that I love.
What do you got?
First up, we got Rogue Warrior, the E3 2009 trailer. They had a trailer.
Next is the Cursed Crusade
The Cursed Crusade, get it correct.
I'm sorry, the Cursed Crusade sizzle trailer.
Wow.
Another classic.
He's horrible and wrong.
Next!
Next up, Kane and Lynch 2, Dog Days, the E3 2010 trailer.
Oh, yeah, this thing's garbage. And then finally, the worst of them all, Darkest of Days, the teaser trailer for this. And you have a poster. Yeah, you have the
Put it in the episode.
This is real. And then he also puts image_0641.jpg.
Nice job, Phil.
That's how you want to go out?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you again for watching. This is the last episode of Inside Gaming Daily.
With us on it, guys.
And that guy.
Who's that guy? Yeah!
Jenna, get a shot of weird. Oh, he left. So thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and obviously, and the whole company's here to see us out, which is great.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
I love you. Flowers.
I see Shimmy's underwear.
Now it's
What do we do with these?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Base Woody. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
And don't forget, we taped ETC at 11 after the stand-up. No one found out we were live because of this. Oh, well, so whatever. Dude.
Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, Dead Pixel here from machinima.com over at Channel Halo, doing a very special news segment here today.
Oh my god!
Hey, Joel, count us in.
I already did. You ignored it.
you do it 5 more times?
5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. We love video games.
And last week, Adam got to check out the very same multiplayer, and
That's
guess
you,
what?
right? That's you? You're Adam?
Once I got the cough because I ate an almond. It's gone now.
Dark Souls 2, drinking game. When we die, we drink.
We'll save it for Halloween.
We'll save it for Halloween.
No, 15 gigs.
Diaper Dash. Oh.
Defense Alliance 2.
Bam.
Damn it, I really want to play Diaper Dash.
You gotta let him in. He's the.
Damn it.
Stop letting Joel ruin the show.
By ruin, do you mean make more success?
We already named the office after you. What else do you want?
Joel hole.
Oh, maybe they just don't work for a period of time.
Fuck you!
Damn it!
God damn it! I just checked that door.
Can we do like an SNL ending thing?
Yeah, what do we do? We just wait.
Like,